think we're on.
Yep, I think we're live. So,
Let's give it a second
yeah.
and see who joins us. I don't know how to know if somebody's joining us.
Yeah. Oh, I
Let's
think it'll
see.
say, I
Right
don't know,
here.
comments will come right here.
Okay.
We'll just kind of, I think it pops up right here. So,
All right.
we're good.
We're at
So-
Kara's Beauty Barn, everybody.
Mhm.
We look like we're in the kitchen, but we're Kara's Beauty Barn.
So I'm Brienne. I've been an esthetician here at Kara's Beauty Barn for about 3 years, but I've been an esthetician for 14. Claire, how about you?
I've been an esthetician for about 23 years and been in the business. Oh, Melissa's on. Hi, Melissa. I've been in the business about 30 years and been here at the barn for about 5 now. Time just
Yeah.
flies. I
Sure.
just started here with COVID, and
Yeah,
that was a wild time to start here. But
I bet.
yeah, so we're going to just talk about everything skincare. So we're excited to
Yeah.
share kind of what we know, and hopefully we can answer any questions you may have, and feel free to ask us anything, and if we don't know, we'll look it up and let you know later. But
Yeah.
hopefully we know something.
But we do have other things to talk about in the meantime until we get questions. So we're not just
Yeah.
sitting here awkwardly.
Right, right.
But I think between the two of us, we have quite a bit of skincare experience and expertise. And
Yeah, and I think we both kind of have the same philosophy on skincare and ingredients, and
we're both nerds.
we're both
Yeah.
ingredient nerds, and,
Yeah.
and what does it do and why is it doing that, and
Yeah.
and so it's fun to bounce things off each other with all that too. So
For sure.
yeah, so we'll probably be going over like different skin types and what's good for those skin types, different conditions that we see often,
Routines.
different routines that are on there, and how to use things. That's the biggest thing too. It's like everyone asks, well, if you have like 5 different products, which way do you use them, and what do you use
Yeah.
first, and things like that.
And
And
it's important. It makes a big difference.
It makes a big difference.
Yeah.
So that's kind of fun. So we can walk you through that. And I think we're going to walk you through different, days and nights and things like that. What you
Yeah.
do with both. But my chair keeps flipping down for some reason. So who else? So Melissa, she says, hey. So anyway, so let's just get started with let's talk about different skin conditions we see. You want to do that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
I feel like I see some acne, but not a ton of acne clients. I think the majority of my clients that come in are looking for more anti-aging
Yeah.
along those lines.
Yeah.
I
Pigmentation.
I get a lot of rosacea clients too, and I think
Yeah.
it's because I have rosacea. So when
Right.
somebody calls, I usually have the phones, and someone will be like, "Hey, I need some help with my skin. This is what I'm dealing with," and I can instantly tell like, "Oh, rosacea," and I was like, "I'm your girl."
Because you have it, yes.
Yeah, yes, I do. I have
Right.
rosacea, so
Right.
I feel like I'm qualified to help with that.
And yours helped a lot. Your
Oh
skin
yeah,
looks great.
for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah. So,
And I think our clientele here is a little, because we have a lot of memberships here too. I don't know if you know that, but we have different memberships. People come in once a month and get like microneedling or different peels or all kinds of different things. We have like 4 different memberships now.
Yeah,
So
4.
yeah, 4 different ones, and we can tell you about those later. But so a lot of anti-aging, a lot of hyperpigmentation, uneven skin tones or rough complexions, fine lines, things like that. Some acne, a lot of different types of acne that I see.
Yeah.
Because I do have some teens and I do have some adult acne, and whether it be hormonal acne or it could be environmental acne like stress.
There's a lot of different kinds.
Yeah, or fungal acne. I'm seeing a lot of fungal acne right now because a lot of people have to wear masks. So a lot of masks, you start to get some fungal acne too. So we'll talk about that too.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I think that's kind of the majority. I think that acne tends to get misdiagnosed as well. Like
Yeah.
what might look like acne actually isn't, and I think that
mm-hmm.
it's really hard, even for estheticians, to kind of figure that out.
Yes.
But I had a client today. She
Yeah.
had a lot of breakouts on her face, and she came and asked. She said, I don't know what to do. I'm breaking out. I don't know how to fix it. I've been exfoliating more. I've been exfoliating less. She told me that my skin is coming off in sheets. It's like,
Oh,
that does not sound like acne.
yeah.
And she came in and it was actually an impaired barrier. And a lot of people think that that's acne when really it's just irritation.
Yeah.
And you kind of have to do the opposite of what you would do for acne. And so it can be really tricky.
It can, and I think too, because the myth is that if you moisturize your skin, that you're going to break out more, and so people don't, and then they get the barrier really compromised, and it's like, and so many times throughout my career too, I'm like, you've got to moisturize your skin, you've got to,
Everyone
and
needs to.
not even moisturize, you've got to like layer different things too, because just a straight moisturizer is not even doing it for you.
Yeah.
So, and then I don't know, you probably have had this too, they come back and they're like, you're right. And it's like, then they stop breaking out, because what happens is when you're dry like that and you're compromised, anything you put on your face stings, number one.
Yeah.
And so you're thinking, oh, this product's bad for me. Number two is your body thinks, I don't have enough oil, so it starts pumping out more oil.
Yeah.
So then that starts to clog, and then you have a mess going on. So and then you try everything under the sun. You're like, I have acne. So then you start with, your skin's already dry and you think I need benzoyl peroxide, and then you throw that on. It's drier. Or retinols, just all of a sudden you're like, really dry. So there is a technique to it, and not one size fits all. And it's like, it's very interesting with that too.
Right. Your barrier is there for a reason. It's there to keep out the bad stuff and keep in the good stuff. You experience transepidermal water loss because your skin can't hold any moisture anymore. That's why you're so dry. But when you don't have a barrier in place, then everything can get in and irritate your skin, and that's kind of where you're seeing all that redness and irritation, inflammation, and so. But a moisturizer usually isn't enough. You usually need a hydrating serum as well, because that's different from a moisturizer. And I think a lot of people get
Vitamin
those
C's are great.
mixed up as well. But
Yes, we'll talk about that too.
Yeah, for sure.
Because that's an interesting thing. And then, like let's just dive into acne because we're here. There's so many different types of acne. Like we said, there's reasons why acne happens, right? So I don't want to get nerdy about it, but
that's what we're here for, Claire. Get nerdy.
Because there's three reasons why you have acne. I mean, there's three things that happen when you have acne. There's a myriad of reasons why you have acne. Again, it could be environmental, it could be stress, it could be hormonal, it could be, all kinds of different things. But the thing is, you have, it takes P bacteria, it takes oil, and it takes dead skin cells. So all three of those. So if something's happening, in while you're getting acne, it overproduces one or the other, and so then it clogs together, and that's why you have acne. So you have to interrupt one of those, whatever is happening, at least one of those. Sometimes you need to interrupt all three of those. So and like I said, it's sometimes a guessing game.
Yeah.
For us too.
There's a lot
and for
of different
dermatologists.
Yeah.
There's so many times people come in from dermatologists, and I'm like,
Yeah.
do that, but also do this.
Yeah.
Right.
I never recommend going to a dermatologist first. Unless you're suspecting something bad like skin cancer, I always recommend going to an esthetician first, because they're not going to go straight for the big guns. They're going to, it's really, a lot of the time it doesn't take very much. You just need to support your routine, and that's really a lot more important than people think. And it's not just us pushing product. I mean, we're pushing product, but not because we just want to sell you something. It's because that's where your 80% of your results are going to come from.
Yeah, we can do what we can in the room, but then what you do
We're
at home.
not there with you at home every day.
Yeah. It's important.
It's like going to the gym. You can go to the gym once a month, and you're not going to see, it's still good for you, but you're not going to see those results unless you're being consistent and doing something every day or every other day.
Right.
So skincare works the same way.
Right. And it's, and it's then once you get, with maybe stop breaking out, then you have to worry about the pigmentation underneath too. So then then that's a whole other regime that starts, and keeping
never
it.
really ends.
No, then you have fine lines, and then you have all kinds of stuff. But acne is a really trippy thing, and children, like teens, it's really very tricky because. Are you washing your face right? I mean, just cleansing alone, is an amazing thing. And so sometimes with teens, I just put them on a good cleanser and a good moisturizer. Start them there and see what happens.
Yeah.
And then if you need to add to, then you do. That helps so many people doing that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, we were just talking about how even just washing your face correctly can make a dramatic difference.
Yes.
A lot of the time, people aren't even washing their face for long enough. They just slap cleanser on, they rub it in for like 2 seconds, then rinse it off. And you need to give it a chance to actually do something.
Yeah.
And a lot of time, you need to do a double cleanse. I mean, a lot of people don't have the patience for that, but at the very least, use some micellar water and do a quick wipe down to get makeup off, and then go in with your cleanser and just take your time and really get in there.
I love oil cleansers to start with, and just
I love oil cleansers.
Yes, just especially if you're on the drier side, it's really nice.
And they break down makeup so well.
Breakdowns makeup, and then if I'm lazy, I'll just stick my cleanser right on top. I know, do that, but I always use a washcloth to take it all off,
Yeah.
But double cleansing is so important at night.
It really is.
You don't really need to during the day, but
no,
at
I
night,
don't even.
yeah.
But yeah, cleansing is a more important step than people realize for sure.
Yeah. What else about acne you think?
A lot of the time it's internal, which can be really frustrating, especially
dairy,
in teens.
Dairy.
Yeah. Dairy, gluten can be triggering for some people, but especially in teens, they're usually not really. They don't really have the best diet. A lot of the teens that I have seen, I'll ask them about their diet, and their mom is usually sitting in the corner, and they pipe up and be like, sugar. That's all they eat is sugar.
Right.
Like, well, that's contributing. That definitely that adds a lot, and so.
Or they're doing sports, then wash your face afterwards. I always say that. Bring something in the gym with you.
Yeah.
After you do your sports, and
for sure.
So internal is important too. Yeah, especially adult acne too. Is and hormonal
like
for
adult
women.
acne, you tend to, if it's internal, you see a lot of it in the cheeks.
I was just gonna say that too.
Yeah.
Yes, right through here is usually
your gut usually is imbalanced if it's a lot focused on your cheeks.
So balancing that's important too, and and I love for adult acne. In the exfoliation world, to be using like glycolics and some salicylics are good. But we have aging pads that are fantastic. That has glycolic and
it has like 7 different acids. I think it
Kojic
has salicylic in it too.
Yeah, salicylic
and lactic. It's got all the good ones in there.
And you just wipe it on your face and then you moisturize afterwards. But that one is really great, and that helps the dead skin cells to slough off. And
I like using a daily salicylic in the cleanser.
Oh.
In your treatments, I don't necessarily focus on salicylic for acne, but a daily salicylic, especially in your cleanser, because that's something that's, when you're washing your face, it's lipophilic, so it's able to get deep down into the pores and dissolve that oil, which other acids aren't able to do. But that's in your cleansing step, so it's already kind of doing something, and it's getting deep into your skin.
Yeah, it's great for the back too, and
and
if you break out in your back or your chest.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. That's a good one too. And then retinol's fantastic too, but you got to learn how to use it. So
a lot of people don't use it for acne, which kind of kills me because it's amazing.
It's amazing for that. And we'll talk more about retinols too in a little bit. But yes, but you just don't want to use it every day. Some people, like we have a KBB one that it's pretty, it's time released, so it's not as harsh. And some people can get away with using it every day, believe it or not. But I don't suggest it. Maybe 3 days a week, 2 days a week.
Because we may as well just talk about retinols while we're on the subject.
Let's do it.
But there's a lot of different types. There's retinol, there's retinaldehyde, and there's retinoic acid, which is your tretinoin and retin-A. That's the highest tier that you can get. I guess technically it's tazarotene, but that's not really, that's dermatologist only. But
there's different strengths in that too.
I know, and I think there's a lot of misconceptions that come with retinol, because I've actually noticed it in my clients. With every client, I ask them, what is your home care like? What are you using? And they'll usually tell me like, a cleanser and a moisturizer, use either serum or 2. And I'll ask them, are you using a retinol? And it's like an afterthought, like, oh, I do have a retinol, but I don't use it. And I think that's because they don't know how to use it, because most of the time, once I ask a few more questions, they say something like, oh, I used it for a few weeks, but my skin got dry and flaky, and I got like my breakouts were getting worse, so of course I'm going to stop. But a lot of people don't realize that retinol is not something you can just use for a few weeks.
Yes.
It's something you need to be on for, I always say, a minimum of 3 months before
Mhm.
you see results from it. Because how it works is that it's speeding
Penetrates.
up your cell turnover rate,
Yeah.
which on average, your turnover rate tends to slow down as you age, but on average, it's about a month or so.
Mhm.
And so if you're only using it for a few weeks, you haven't gone through a full cycle yet. And so you're not going to see results. But because there's those different strengths, if you use one that's wrong for your skin type, then you're going to see that inflammation. You're going to get flaky, and your breakouts are going to get worse.
Yes.
You're going to
Yes.
purge. You got to use the right one for your skin, and a lot of people don't know how
Yes.
to do that.
Yes.
So,
And moisture, moisture, moisture.
yeah, for sure. A lot of people need to put their moisturizer on before their retinol because
Sometimes.
it's
Yeah.
just
Or mix it in. Yeah.
everyone's a little different, but
Mhm.
that's why there's those different strengths. So like me as someone with rosacea, I cannot tolerate tretinoin. I don't think I
Mhm.
ever will be able to. I've tried
Mhm.
and it doesn't work for me. But retinaldehyde is like my holy grail product, and I can use that daily
Mhm.
because it's so gentle.
Yeah.
But it's actually a little more. It penetrates a little deeper than regular retinol, so
Yeah.
it's really interesting.
Yeah. You think
Um,
it'd be stronger, but yeah.
I know.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's a lot of misconception when it comes to it.
Yeah, and it's like a lot of people go to. I used to work at a plastic surgeon's office years ago, and you know, you get a tube of Retin A, and you're like, yay, and you slap it on, and then you use it again the next day and the next day for
Yeah.
like a week,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden you just get like all creepy
Yeah.
and cracking, and which is great if you're gonna have a facelift. They want you to do but if you're not getting a facelift,
Yeah.
it's why go through that? You don't need to go through that. So if you
Yeah.
use it a couple days a week and then moisturize, you're good to go. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's good, I think, when we're talking about exfoliation, retinol works very different than a glycolic does, let's say, or
Yeah.
that sort of thing. So it's like the glycolic is a surfaced, even though it's molecular, the smallest molecule out of all the AHAs, it goes in and it sloughs off. It dissolves the glue that holds onto this dead skin cells.
Yeah.
So it's able to slough off. So the two together are phenomenal, using
yeah.
the glycolic and then the retinol on
Like
different
the
days.
ultimate anti-aging
Yeah,
care.
ultimate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, and then I'm going to throw in one. Do you have anything else to say about retinols?
Well,
We have 3 different ones.
Kara she asked what product that we have has a gentler retinol in it.
Yeah.
That would be, we have 2.
Let's bring them all over.
These 2 and these 2. So we have 2 products that have retinaldehyde in it, which is more gentle. First one is our KBB retinol resurfacing complex. Yeah. So that one, it actually has retinol, retinaldehyde, and bakuchiol in it. So it's
But what
bakuchiol.
bakuchiol?
So it's kind of like a natural retinol alternative. A
Yeah.
lot of people like using that when they are leery of retinol.
It's
But
time released.
yeah, it kind of mimics the effects of retinol. So a lot of time it's paired with it to kind of enhance those effects. But like you were saying earlier, this one is really gentle. A lot of people can use this daily. But another one that has retinaldehyde in it is from Lyra. It's the Pro Retinol Plus treatment. This one has the retinaldehyde and bakuchiol in it, but it also has hydroxysomes in it. So it has like that lipophilic technology, so it can kind of escort it into the skin without causing irritation. So this is another one that people could use every day.
So
I
it
love
penetrates
this
the skin, so it's not laying on the skin, so it doesn't
yeah,
get
and it's
have
time
the
release,
effect
so it's great for sensitive skin. This is probably one of my favorite.
I haven't tried it yet.
products. It's amazing.
I have to try
It smells like bubble gum. I have no idea
Really?
why.
Oh,
They're not.
gosh,
There's
yeah.
no like artificial scents or fragrances,
Yeah.
but it naturally smells like bubble gum. It's crazy.
Awesome. And then we have one with a vitamin C and retinol together.
That
which is-
one's a 1% retinol.
Yeah, so it's a little lighter.
I usually start people with this one.
Yeah.
If they don't have rosacea or sensitive skin, then I usually go with this one, and then eventually work my way up to the Pro Retinol Cream, because this one's a 3%.
Yes.
Which is really strong.
Rocks.
I love using this one for acne,
Yeah.
because it really gets in there, but it's also really
It's great for
moisturizing.
pigmentation too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Um,
But you don't want to use it every day, for sure.
no, that's
Yeah.
one that you would probably work your way up to maybe every other day.
Yeah. I use it maybe once a week, twice a week.
Yeah. Retinaldehyde you can definitely use every day, and everyone's different too. I think
Yeah.
a lot of people have different tolerances.
Yeah.
If you are putting the moisturizer on underneath it, then that kind of helps your tolerance as well. But a lot of it is just experimentation with your
Yeah.
skin.
Right.
So what is a good age to start preteens on a good face wash and moisturizer?
What's a good age? Gosh, I think
As early as 10.
I was just gonna say 10. I was too. I think 10 is a good age.
Yeah, a lot of times
If you're seeing that they're breaking out earlier, I would start earlier. But
Yeah.
just a real like a basic
Yeah, cleanser moisturizer.
cleanser moisturizer.
Most kids aren't breaking out then unless they're getting really dirty.
Yeah.
Which just a cleanser moisturizer should fix that.
Yeah.
But any earlier than 10, I wouldn't.
Right. And it's great just put in the shower, whenever
Yeah.
you take a bath or shower.
Yeah, just
Stick it in there.
a quick wash and just something
Yeah.
really simple. It
Light.
doesn't need to have any actives in it or anything.
Yeah.
But
It's a
yeah.
good age to start with products. I had no idea you could put retinol after your moisturizer. Yes. You could do that with an acid too. You like with age limit or
Like any new product that you're starting.
Yeah. And a benzoyl peroxide too. If you're using a benzoyl peroxide and it could be very drying and very potent. So putting it over a moisturizer
It does
helps
stain
it.
your clothes, so careful with
it
that.
does.
Yeah.
It really does. So yeah, let's talk about vitamin C's.
Okay.
I love vitamin C.
Well, there's lots of different kinds of vitamin C. I think I think we have at least 3 different kinds. There's ascorbic acid. There's tetrahexyldecyl. That's a really
fabulous.
good one. That's another
Great, I do.
good one for sensitive skin.
Yes.
But what would you say is then like the best? Like, when would you recommend vitamin C for what skin type?
Everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody should be doing vitamin C, and I mean
Yeah.
it. It does wonders. It does many different things, and we have one that has like 3 different vitamin C's in it, 3 different vitamin E's in it. It's a good protector. It's an antioxidant. It helps protect the skin and the cells within the skin. It helps to moisturize the skin. It helps to tighten the skin. It's great for lightening the skin. Vitamin C everybody needs to use it.
Yeah.
For sure. And I would use it in the morning, first thing. Yep. Wash your skin, put your vitamin C on, and then everything else after.
Yeah.
You?
And for sure. Yes,
Yeah.
everything you just said. But yeah, it does have, it's perfect for the morning because it does have that antioxidant power to it. And so it does kind of help protect your skin a little bit from the sun. It is not a replacement for SPF by any means, but it does help build up that strength in the skin.
Yeah.
And helps.
I love vitamin C. I just do.
I think the triple C and E, I think, is like your most recommended product.
Absolutely.
To everybody.
And I love the Lyra one too. The Lyra is bitching too. It's like it's really great too because it has a lot of like the silver. How do you say it?
Colloidal silver.
Colloidal
and
silver
gold.
in it. It has some gold in it. It has some probiotics in it.
The Hydra C, is that what you're talking
No,
about?
the Boost.
Oh, the Mystique Booster.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Oh, I love that one. Smells
And
so
it's
good.
great for like lightening the skin too. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
So
I think
can't
that's
go
the
wrong
most
with either one.
intense C, for sure. Yeah. The Hydra C is good too. The one that I was talking about, and that one
That's
I
a good
feel
one,
like I always recommend
That's
that
great
one
for kids, teenagers.
for oily skin because it's water based and it's got aloe vera in there as its humectant.
Yeah.
And so it's really, it's called Hydra C, so it is hydrating, but it has that, it has the C, so it's brightening, but I love using that one for acne because it does have all those benefits you were talking about,
Yeah.
but it's not going to clog the skin. The triple C and E, I absolutely love that one, but it can be a little bit heavy
Yeah.
for a severe oily skin.
Yeah.
So I like that we have the two different options.
For sure.
Hmm.
And I think, we're talking about what we have here, and there's so many product lines out there. It's crazy how many product lines are out there. And it's like, I always say to people that are like a different product line, maybe I'll say, let me know what you're doing and I'll tell you how to use it because, like, again, it's,
Yeah.
so anything we're saying now in different product lines is the same thing.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So just to let you know. What else is going on in our thing here? Liz just said, did Claire just call a
Yes, she did.
Yes, I did.
That's just how Claire
Kara.
talks.
Oh my goodness. Can't
Well, it
take it
is.
anymore.
So she's just calling it like
I
it is.
know. So vitamin C is retinols. Oh, one other thing about retinol. Don't be afraid to use it during the summer. A lot of people think they can't use it during the summer, and it's good to use during the summer.
Yeah.
Just not on the days you're out in the sun all day or
And use
something
it at
like
night.
that.
Only use it
Yeah,
at night.
use it
That's
at
what
night,
I tell all my clients.
yeah, and so don't be afraid of it.
Yeah.
Just like I said, if you're in the sun all day or on the boat all day, don't. But other than that,
Just be
definitely
smart.
be smart with it too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what else do we? There's so many things. Cleansers, and moisturizers. And I say this, and it's a weird way of saying it, but they're like purses. They're very individual. So
Yeah.
if you don't like it, you're not going to use it.
Yeah.
That takes a lot of questions on our part to ask you. Do you like a lather? Do you like more?
I was just talking about this with Kara today
Yeah.
about how important it is to like a product that you're using
Yes.
because then if you don't like it, you're not going to use it.
Mhm.
A lot of the time, people are like, yeah, it doesn't feel like my skin is getting clean when they're using a cream cleanser. They want
Mhm.
that foaming cleanser to
Yeah.
feel like
I
they're
like the
actually,
foaming. Mhm.
yeah, or some kind of gel cleanser.
Mhm.
But yeah, if you don't like it, you're not going to use it, and so
Yeah.
you're wasting your
Mhm.
money, and you're not going to get that self care. So
Mhm.
even if something feels like it's unnecessary,
Mhm.
if it's going to get you to use it, then it is necessary.
Yes, and then same with like we've got I don't know how many cleansers. We've got a lot of cleansers here, but there are different treatment cleansers that are important to know that we have. But like salicylic, like she said too. But do you have anything to talk about? Anything else about cleansers? I was going to move on.
I think that, like you said, they're really personal, but I also think that you don't need to think too hard about it.
Mhm.
A cleanser is a cleanser as long as it's cleaning your face, it's doing its job. Unless you specifically want something from it, like a salicylic cleanser to help keep your pores clear, any kind of cleanser, that's probably where you need to spend the least amount of money.
Yeah.
Because cleansers, they generally aren't very expensive anyways,
Mhm.
but you're better off spending your money on a
Mhm.
serum or a treatment, in my opinion.
And a lot of people, they say, do you need a toner with it? And I would say yes to some people, but majority no, because the cleansers these days are pretty darn good.
Yeah.
And if you're double cleansing, of course, too, which you should be, so that is a good one too. But and again, I love the oil cleanser we have. Oh, so good. But the same with moisturizers. That one's critical to me. I take a lot of time with people and put it on the back. If you're my client, put it on the back of your hand. I make you smell it. I make you feel it. Because if it's too rich, you're gonna hate it. I love to feel moisturizer on my skin. I'll always say, do you want to feel moisturizer on your skin? I need to feel moisturizer on my skin. Always have.
As somebody with oily skin, I don't like things that are too heavy. So it is really personal.
It's very personal.
And you kind of know what is going to work with your skin historically. If something's too heavy, you're likely to break out. Or if you're too dry, you know that if it's not heavy enough, you're going to need to reapply it in a couple hours.
Yeah.
So it's just, it really
and
is
layering.
personal.
And that we just got a question about that. Can you use too many serums? I've ended up with so many, and it's hard to know what to use next, last. Yeah, we'll go over that a lot too, as far as that's going to go pretty soon. But can you use too many serums? Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I use a million, but do I layer?
It's typical
layer,
esthetician though.
I'm
Most of us do.
61, so get shoot. But layer. But it's like And you can use too many active ingredients all at one time. So
Yeah.
you want to be careful of that too, because
Sometimes they cancel each other out.
they cancel each other out,
Yeah.
or it's like you'll start getting irritated, and that
Yeah.
sort of thing too. So a good rule of thumb is, especially if you're dry, I love layering with the serums because
Yeah.
you want something that's going to soak in, like a C will soak in the skin
Mhm.
if you're dry. And hyaluronic acid's another great one. That's pure water, and it kind of takes water throughout the day and keeps you moisturized throughout the day.
Well, I think a lot of the time serums, they have multiple benefits. Like the Hydra C, that has that aloe vera and it's a humectant. It draws moisture to the skin and also has your vitamin C. You don't need to use that and another vitamin C or another hyaluronic acid serum.
Right.
It's already doing that for you.
Right.
So sometimes you could be using too many because they're doing the same thing and
Right.
there's no point. All you're doing is just adding more product to your face.
Right.
So being mindful of what's in your serums, just because it sounds really nice on the bottle, you need to kind of know what they're doing in your skin to make sure that you're not doubling up and wasting your money.
Yeah.
Because that happens a lot, I've
Yeah.
noticed.
Yeah. And I think periodically I always ask my clients, take a picture of what you have at home.
Yeah.
Let's go over it again because it's been, a year or something that we've talked about,
for sure.
what order to use what in. And
Yeah.
we'll do that here too. So we talked about exfoliants. Do we talk about all of them? With acne, we have a salicylic product for acne. We also have benzoperoxide for acne. That's another things to think about too. Then we talked about retinols, vitamin C's, moisturizers.
SPF. Arguably,
Another one.
potentially the most important.
Yes, and another one that's very personal.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very
For
personal.
sure.
Mhm.
I have been told that I could be a little neurotic about sunscreen, but for good reason.
Look at your skin.
It's like you need to protect your skin, and I've had people ask me if they could come in for chemical peels, and I'll ask them about their routine and be like, "Are you using a sunscreen every day?" No, I hardly ever use sunscreen, and I'll tell them like, "I'm not touching your skin with a peel because there's no point. You're going to damage your skin." And I think we were talking about how that's a myth too, that you don't need to use sunscreen in the wintertime, and that is a myth. You need to use it every day.
Yeah.
The sun is still out. UV rays still penetrate through windows. I use it every single day of the year, even if I'm not going anywhere, every
Right.
single day. And it's just that important.
And a lot of makeup has SPF in it too now.
Our new
and-
Skin Tuition foundation has SPF 30 in it, and I love that.
We have a powder one too that's cool. You can put in your purse. And
I love that for reapplying throughout the day because no one wants
I
to
just want to cruise. I use it all the
put
time.
SPF over their makeup. Kind
Yes.
of thing.
Yeah. And guys, it's great for your head,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and SPFs come in tint or no tint, 50, 30. And it's, and the moisturizer, we have ones that are really moisturizing. We have ones that aren't, so you really need to put over a moisturizer.
Yeah.
So there's all different ones too with SPFs, but that's a good thing too. So, yes. And
another thing that Emily kind of touched on is layering. Do we want to talk about how you can layer products?
let's do it. Yeah. Cleanse your face first.
Yes. But rule of thumb when layering products is go from lightest to heaviest. So water-based products first. So obviously you wash your face first. Any kind of exfoliant or anything next.
Let's go daytime first.
So daytime, you would do your cleanser, and then it really depends on what serums you're using.
Vitamin
But
C.
usually it's going to be like a vitamin C because it's going to be pretty light. But a hydrating serum as well, like our Hydra Infusion, the Lyra Hydra Infusion, that feels like water going on. It's so light. I actually make that like one of my first serums, no matter what. Even though I know in a lot of the Lyra protocols, it's one of the last steps. But it's so light, I put that first. And then you go up into your thicker serums. If you have something that's oil based, that's going to be one of your last things. That can even come after your moisturizer. Your moisturizer doesn't have to be your last step. For a lot of my really, really dry clients, sometimes I'll tell them, especially at night, they put your moisturizer on, and then if you feel like you aren't getting enough, go in with an oil after it and kind of seal it in. And that's going to be your last step at night. During the daytime, then SPF will be your last step. But.
Yeah, so daytime cleanse, vitamin C's are great because that's a treatment. Put that on first. And then, if you need the hyaluronic acid, like she said, would be great. And then a moisturizer and then SPF. Perfect. Yeah.
And for night, if you are using retinol, again, that's really personal to what your skin needs. If you need to put that on over a moisturizer, then that kind of changes things up a little bit for you. But the nice thing is that retinol kind of works with your cells, so it doesn't need direct contact with it needs direct contact with your skin, but it can
put it on out of here.
It can penetrate into your skin through your moisturizer. It doesn't need full contact. The cells talk to each other. It's really neat. But if you're using any kind of exfoliant, so like the age limit serum that we have, that one's also really light, and that would be your first step.
That's the glycolics, AHAs.
Yeah, so
we
it's
have
an
tons of people
exfoliating
on
acid serum.
Yeah, or your pads that you use.
Yeah, so you would wash your face and then go in with those, and then you let them dry. That's another thing that I've noticed with clients is I'll ask them about the routine, and they'll say, "Oh, I washed my face, and then I put this and this and this and this on." And I ask them, "Are you letting them dry in between?" And they're like, "No." Like, they're not going to work correctly. And a lot of those ingredients, like, you generally don't mix a vitamin C and a retinol, except in specific formulas like Lyra's. Theirs is specially formulated to work together. But in general, if you put a vitamin C on and then a retinol, they kind of cancel each other out because it neutralizes it. But if you let it dry and then go in with it, then it's fine. So a lot of people don't let their products dry before going in, especially with your
moisturizer. You don't need to wait so much, but
but your active ingredients, your
you can pat it
acids.
in, pat it in your skin.
So I always let, especially exfoliating acids, dry before you go in with your serums.
And they dry pretty quick. They go in pretty quick. Too.
And I don't do acids and retinol on the same night because
unless you're a pro.
I do exfoliating acids. I love using our Pro Corrective pads. That's my favorite. I was using the Age Limit for a long time, and I love that one too.
I go back and forth.
But it's definitely more for sensitive skin, and the Pro Corrective pads is a bit of a step up. It's a little stronger, so I've been using that lately, and I love them. But I do that twice a week, and on those days, I don't use my retinaldehyde. So you don't want to use those on the same night, but alternating nights is totally fine.
Yep. And then your moisturizer. Use a good moisturizer. And again, if you like a lighter moisturizer or a heavier moisturizer like I use, that's great. And then if you need an oil, either you can mix it in with your moisturizer. People like to do that. Or put it on top of your moisturizer. You just don't want to put it under your moisturizer. You just want to put it over your moisturizer or mix it in with the
Otherwise,
moisturizer.
you're creating a barrier, and the moisturizer can't actually penetrate your skin, and it's just a waste of money at that point.
Let's say you're like so dry, like sometimes we see people that are so dry. We talked earlier about their barrier just being so rough, and it's just heartbreaking. But it's like, I'm so glad you're here. But it's, if you're like skiing or you're so dry like that or live in the desert or whatever, we've got like barrier creams that are so great to put on before you ski, which are fantastic. I mean, if you have anything, put aquaphor all over your face. You have to. But it's like, get that barrier moisture as much as you can, and then layer it as much as you can. And then, if you need to do a moisturizing mask, do it,
Yeah, for sure. I love masks. I think that they don't get enough credit. A lot of people focus on just the daily products, and they're definitely amazing, but masks are actually designed to be very deep treatments because they're sitting on your face, and they say when you apply products to a wet face, they penetrate a little deeper. And that's why they say don't put retinol on a wet face. You want your skin to be dry because otherwise it's going to be too irritating. But masks, they keep your skin moist.
Mhm.
And so they're continually doing their work on your skin
Yeah.
while it's sitting there. So masks actually can be very good deep treatments, and I don't think they get enough credit.
Yeah, and
I love
hyaluronic
masks.
acid, believe it or not, if you're using hyaluronic acid, it's good to wet your face first and then put it on
For sure.
because it's
Yeah.
attracted to water.
But I use a mask at least twice a week.
Yeah, do you really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's great.
Almost every time I'm in the shower, I
Yeah.
use a mask.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Wow,
It's
I'm
just easy
impressed.
enough to wash it off. And
Yeah,
I just.
it's a good idea. That's a
self-care.
good idea to put it in the shower.
Mhm.
I love that.
Yeah.
We have one too that you can sleep with at night, the KBB sleep
Oh, yeah.
mask.
I
Mhm.
haven't tried that one. My skin's a little too oily for that one. I don't
Yeah.
think my skin would like it very much. But
Right.
for dry
right.
skin, I could see that being fantastic though.
You know, you do such a great job with your skin because I can't tell you're really oily. Really?
Thank you.
Yeah, it's true. I wouldn't guess it.
Mhm.
I'm an esthetician. Yeah. Let's talk about some treatments when you come in. Wait, we have a question. Are there ways to reapply moisture during the day for those who wear makeup? Oh, I'll let you take that one.
I mean, a lot of the time.
Sprays. Sprays
I
are
was
great.
gonna say, I bet you that Emily likes the hydration sprays from
Yeah.
Jane Iredale.
Yeah.
But those
Is it-
are really, really nice for sure.
Mhm.
And there are other straight sprays too. We don't actually retail it anymore, but I really like the hydrating mineral mist from Lyra.
Yeah.
That one just feels so good and refreshing. But the ones that we do sell are the Jane Iredale ones, and they're really, really nice. I like the
It's on planes too. If you're on a plane,
yeah.
so great to bring the spray.
I like
People
the
next to you
lavender
go, "Can I
ones.
have
Smells
some of
so
that
good.
too?" Yeah.
That's probably the easiest way.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I wouldn't put it on over makeup.
No, you take it off and put it back on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just say the same thing. Yeah. So, why we're talking about all this too is we always say here too, and I'm gonna tell you a little story too, because it's like we can do so much, and when you come in, you know, some people come in and say, I want to peel, you know, I want to do this and that.
get
And we're
that
like, we
sometimes
don't
too.
know what your skin's going to do with the peel. So we want you on some home care, because if you can't handle the age limit or the pads, you're not
Yeah.
going to be able to handle a peel. And so for
And do more
liability
damage than
wise,
good.
you'll hate us. So it's
Yeah.
like, you know, we don't want that to happen to you. So that's why we stick you on products first and make sure that your skin can handle it. And we start with lighter peels and work your way up, because there's some horror stories out there with people with peels, and no, we don't want that to happen to you. So
Well, and people
we're educated
react
enough.
differently to certain peels too. I've had people, the lightest peel that we offer, I've had people react to it
yeah,
because their skin wasn't prepped correctly.
right.
And it's
Live
so
and learn.
personal.
Hmm. And it's really, so that's why we're talking about home care. So, and also why we're talking so much about home care is that, and I see this over and over and over again. You come in, and like I said, we have memberships. And so people come in and they get facials, you know, monthly, which is fantastic. But then if you're not using really great things at home, by the time they come in again, you're back at square one. So it's like doing that over and over again, which is fine. We'll do it. We love you. But if you start doing home care, it's like if you put you on really good home care and you do what we say, and they walk in that door that the next time, you're like, whoa! I get flabbergasted every time that I'm just like, wow, your skin looks so good.
I had a client
Literally.
today. She came in. I've been seeing her for probably 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
And she came in today. I asked, like, how's your skin been doing? She's like, I don't wear makeup anymore.
Oh.
I put on a little bit of blush, but my skin looks fantastic. I don't need to wear
You
makeup.
love to hear
And
that.
That's just like the biggest compliment that you
Right.
could give an esthetician.
Yes.
It's so good.
So good. It's so much fun. So that's why we kind of say that about home care too. So, and if you like I said, if you like a line, then when you come in, then we'll tell you how to use that one, you know, because ingredients are ingredients. So it's as much as we want you to use ours, you know, we can tell you what to do with yours too.
Yeah.
Or add in what you're using, because that's fine too.
Yeah.
So if you don't have a good retinol or something, use ours and use your other moisturizer you like, or whatever. So that's perfectly fine too.
Yeah.
True and false. You ready? I'm gonna ask you one.
Are there any false questions on there, or are they all
Yes!
true?
I'm not telling you. Okay, oily skin does not need moisturizer.
False.
False,
You
false, false.
You need moisturizer no matter what skin type
Yes.
you have.
And it's weird because with oily skin too, we see over and over again that you will produce more oils if you're not moisturizing your skin. So you can have dry, oily skin very easily.
Yeah.
And so if you're not,
dehydrated.
it's dehydrated. And so when you need that, so it's like, and then what happens is, especially when you start exfoliating and do all kinds of fun stuff, then it starts evening out. You start,
Yeah.
you're not producing more
I
oil.
had that issue for a long time.
Mhm.
I've always been oily and acne prone, but I didn't realize that my skin was dehydrated because there's a difference between needing water and needing oil.
Yeah.
So moisture is, in skincare, it sounds weird because moisture and hydration usually mean the same thing. But in skincare, they mean different things.
Yes.
Hydration is, or dehydration is lack of water, and dry is lack of oil. And so when you're oily, you don't need more oil, so you usually would go with like an oil-free moisturizer. But that's
hyaluronic acid.
that usually has hydrating ingredients in it.
Mhm.
You still can have a lack of water, but have oily skin, and so your skin is just not happy with you. But as soon as you introduce that water, like you said, it balances out and it makes a humongous difference. But a lot of people don't realize that you can have both.
Yep.
You can have oily skin and you can have dehydrated skin.
Yep. Okay.
Larry wants to know, what are the best products for calming redness on the face for men?
Good question.
I'd say the same for women. There's not really a difference in skin. I mean, men tend to have different habits, which would be the only reason why I would say they could use different products. But I'd say for redness, my number one recommendation is azelaic acid. At least the 10%.
I agree. Yes.
It's very anti-inflammatory, and it just really works fantastic for calming redness. It's my number one product for as someone with rosacea. Redness is something that I really struggle with, and introducing a 10% azelaic acid was phenomenal for my skin. It made such a huge difference.
Yeah.
And I think we have 2 different products here that have
I have that too. We have a new product too, the Boost.
Which one?
Oh gosh. It's a brand spanking new one. I can't remember the name of it right off the top of my head. But I've seen a big difference with redness with that one too.
Oh, the growth factor
Yes,
one?
the growth factor
Right.
one. Lots of peptides in it. It has a brand new ingredient that I don't know off the top of my head right now, but that is brand spanking new on the market, and that has an amazing thing for redness too. So anyway, yes. So azelaic acid too, and depending on why they're red too, it could be that they're dry.
Yeah, a lot of the time dry
Yeah.
skin presents very red and like kind of just ruddy and inflamed. So if you tend to be dry, getting a better moisturizer
Get
can
a better
sometimes help.
moisturizer and wash your face at night. And it's such a huge difference to wash your face at night. That's another thing that I see over and over again. I like put my picture on your friggin' mirror and me doing this so that you wash your face at night.
Yeah.
And I said, if you need to wash it at 5 before you start dinner and watching TV, then do it at 5. But it's such a big difference. I mean, it's huge.
It's more important than doing it in the morning, in my opinion. Like it's
all the pollutants in the air and
yeah, because you've been going throughout your day doing whatever. Even if you don't wear makeup, there's still stuff getting on your face.
Yeah, even more. Yeah. So natural products are better than not natural products.
I mean, it depends on the product. I'd say in general, false are not better. They're just different. I mean, and I don't think a lot of people realize that scientific or sciencey ingredients have natural sources.
Yes.
Like the acids, like glycolic acid. You're the one that told me this, that it's derived from sugarcane.
Salicylic wintergreen.
Yeah, and
kojic acid is mushrooms.
Yeah, malic acid is apples. Ascorbic acid is vitamin C. But in lactic acid, dairy. And I think mandelic
Lactic
is from bitter
acid.
almond.
Cleopatra used to bathe herself in milk.
I've heard that. Yeah. But yeah, mandelic acid is bitter almond, and the shikimic acid, the one that we've been using for acne lately, that's star anise. And there's just a lot
I didn't know that.
No.
No. I love star anise. I do.
But there's a lot of natural sources for these ingredients, like bakuchiol, what we were talking about. It
Mhm.
mimics retinol. It's a lot of
Mhm.
people like using
Mhm.
that.
Mhm.
That are leery of retinol, even though it's vitamin A.
Mhm.
So it might have been created in a lab, but
Yeah.
it's
Yeah. Like the new thing right now, two things I want to say about natural products. Not bad, not good.
mhm.
Either way.
Yeah.
But
There's
it,
bad brands for sure.
yes. And what I see, especially when you're doing really strong peels, using products with a lot of essential oils in it and things like that is not a good thing to do because
Mhm.
it will react to it pretty severely. So you have to be careful with that. So that's something to think about when you're dealing with natural. But for when you were saying about, it just came to my mind, the new thing out there right now is salmon sperm. And so
I've had some fun conversations with my clients about that one.
I know. So Lyra's getting one, and I've tried it,
The PDR.
and it has a lot of plumping effects. It's beautiful, but it's hard to get out of your mind that it's salmon sperm, but it's not actually salmon sperm. It's the DNA of salmon sperm.
Yeah, and we have
So,
because
I'm excited for
I
it
asked
to get
Emily
it.
to look into this because I know that I have clients that are going to ask if it was ethically sourced, and so
Yeah.
I was looking into it,
Yeah.
and
That's a
apparently
good question.
how it is
Yeah.
collected is in hatcheries it's released into the water and they collect it out of the water,
Mhm.
so no salmon are harmed in the making of
Yeah.
this product.
Yeah.
But yeah, Lyra is coming out with a new serum and a cream with it. It's called PDRN, polydeoxyribonucleotide. That's why we call it PDRN because it's a really long word.
Yeah.
But I'm super excited about it and I can't wait to try it.
Yeah. Well, they made a
and-
serum and a cream. Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Yay. Good.
Yeah, so 2 different products.
Yay.
And I've been hearing amazing things about it. Supposedly it's really, really anti-inflammatory too.
Yeah. It's good with microneedling, so we'll be doing
Yeah,
that.
I know. I'm excited to try with microneedling for sure.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. So that's fun.
mhm.
And let's see. So yeah, we talked about both of those, about order of products.
Mhm.
Is it important to do with the way where you put your products?
Yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
Yeah. Oh, I have one. If you're getting a peel and you don't peel, does that mean the peel didn't work?
No, it does not. Especially with new technologies coming out, it used to be that if you didn't, the more you flaked and peeled, the more intense it was, the better it worked. But there's actually a lot of the peels that we've been using that have been coming out in recent years have technology that's actually designed for you not to peel. And it's the same technology that's in the retinol plus treatment, those hydroxyzones that I was talking about. It's called liposolvation. So it's able to be escorted into the skin past the stratum corneum. So it's not dissolving that stratum corneum, and it's able to penetrate deep into the skin and work at a cellular level. And so it's not giving you that irritation and that inflammation reaction.
Right.
And it's more like time released. And so I've been doing that. We have a couple peels that have that technology.
I like them too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fantastic. The skin is just glowing, and you leave after getting a chemical peel and you don't look like it, but your skin gets those same effects after a couple of days.
It's gonna be great in the summer.
Yeah, for sure. So
Hey,
no.
Emily, did you peel with the Jesner I just did on you? I did not peel. I almost peeled, but I did not. But did it still work? Yes.
But again, that is different for everybody because if I did a Jesner, I would
I'm already
feel
exfoliated.
like crazy. I would shove like a snake if I did a
Yeah.
Jesner on myself with just one layer.
Yeah.
But I feel like you do peels on yourself all the time.
Yeah.
I don't do peels that intense because of my rosacea. My skin
Yeah.
couldn't tolerate it.
Yeah.
But everyone's so different, And I've had people. I will do the most intense treatments. I'll do 3-4 layers of Jesner, and I'll seal it with a mineral retinol, and they don't even get red, and it's
Isn't that
just
crazy?
intense. And she said she peeled lightly for the last 3
good.
to 4 days.
Oh, good.
But yeah, it doesn't necessarily mean anything if you don't. Just
Yeah.
you had the same treatment as Emily, but you didn't peel. That
Yeah.
doesn't mean that you're not getting those benefits.
That's right.
So it's really, really
Yeah.
variable.
It is.
Mm.
Well, I had fun. Did you have fun?
Yeah, for sure.
Anything else you want to talk about?
I think we covered kind of a
I
lot.
think we covered too much. Did we cover too much? But yeah.
Was
it's
there
good.
any
We
more
could nerd out for a
questions
long
before
time.
we sign off?
Yeah, and the yeah, any more questions? And then, you know, and if you want us to do a different type of Facebook Live, let us know.
Yeah,
We could
something
do
specific.
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
be fun.
She said she thought she'd peel more. Finally used the B3 in the shower this morning to help eat some of the dead skin. Smooth as a baby.
Perfect.
Mhm.
Enzymes are fantastic after doing a peel because enzymes, they're designed to like a Pac-Man to eat the skin cells, so
Yeah.
they're great to do.
I love
after.
recommending that after a peel.
Just don't like rub and peel yourself. You know, if it starts to
Yeah.
peel, just let it do it.
I always recommend after doing a peel, I recommend our health recovery balm
Yeah.
because when you're flaking, it's just so tempting to just peel that
Mhm.
off. And you just rub some of that balm or even Aquaphor works. I just like that stuff because of the colloidal
Yeah.
silver and gold in
Right.
it.
Better.
But just rubbing something on there just to smooth out your skin.
Yeah.
Plus, it really helps you heal better.
Mm-hmm.
But-
I'm learning. Thank you, ladies. Yeah, that was our goal.
Mhm.
So anyway, thanks for joining us, whoever joined us, and we'll see you later
See you next
from
time.
Kara's Beauty Barn. Oh, you can go to our website,
Yes.
and if you have any questions, you can ask us, you know, there or Facebook or anything
Yeah, you
like
can
that
message
too.
us on
Yeah.
social media too.
All right. Bye.